The tea got cold. Hi, I'm Christian. Hi, I'm Christian, and this is Lazy Devs. And we are still working on our breakout thing, but it's getting pretty good. I always say the same thing. I'm sorry. It's getting also pretty late, but I really wanted to get this this done. So we are still working on the high score list, and as you saw on the last time, we already have a beautiful high score list showing up. But again, very important feature of a lot of high scores in arcades back in the days was that you could also type in your name, and I kind of like this, and I wanted to show you how to pull this off, because the problem is we're using this dget and dset to save things into kind of like a Pico-8 internal save file or save card, save slot, but these guys only accept numbers. So we can't really save like a string in there. We cannot put like a name in here. But something we can do is we can put numbers in there and then associate. We can associate kind of characters with it. So here's something I prepared previously. I had this file open a little bit. So you can have something like this. Look at this. Oh, actually. Probably should put it somewhere else. I'm going to put this into the init function, like here. This was a hack. We're going to remove this guy. HS letters. Letters is too much. Chars. So we're going to create a huge string, or no, a huge array, and that array contains individual strings, and these individual strings are going to be individual letters of the alphabet. So, you know, in slot number 1 from this array we're going to have the A, and in slot number 2 we're going to have the B, and so forth and so forth. And so we're going to use this to print our character names, or our save file score owner names. We're just going to save 3 numbers for each high score, and those 3 numbers will indicate different entries from this list of oops, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's a good one. In this list of characters. So this is my solution for this. Let me see if this works. This works. Okay. But this also means that we have to kind of expand our HS array. Now we no longer can have just like an HS. I mean, maybe, yeah, we're gonna make it the very cheap way. We're just gonna create 3 more arrays. You could make objects out of this, but I just can't be bothered. There would be just too much rewriting. I just can just as well create 3 arrays. 1 for the first number, first character, 2 for the second character, 3 for the third character. It's a very easy solution. And so we're going to screw up the high score in the process as well, but that's okay. So I'm just going to fill them with A. But again, that's also okay. It's not a very clean solution. Like I guess if I wrote this from scratch, I would probably like implement this in like an object-based solution, so it's kind of like more neatly packaged. But you know, it doesn't matter. Nobody will see our code. I guess you guys will see our code. Okay. Okay. So this is the loading, and you know, it's going to be very easy. There's 1, 2, 3. Just saving first the high score and the 3 numbers that the person has typed in for their character. And the same thing when we are getting stuff. Easy, right? like this. So one thing I want to do now is, before I load HS, I'm gonna go reset HS. So we're gonna actually get the new type of characters in there. So let's see if this works. When I'm gonna reset HS, I'm gonna actually start with 1000 on the top spot, so we can also see if the scores with multiple digits work well. Okay, something didn't work. We got a bunch of ones. So this suggests to me that we did something wrong. Oh, right, of course. So every time we put something in a slot, we need to let's go like this: +1, +2, +3, and the same thing. +1, +2, +3. Now it works. Good. Okay, so this is already working. We can remove the reset HS, and then we can start thinking about how to actually print those characters on the screen. And so we have this function here that actually prints the first number of rank, actual score, and here name. So there's going to be 3 print statements, and okay, I'm going to start with the first one, and then we're going to see. So HS1. No, actually we can do it with one statement. HS2, HS3. So again, the dots are operators that combine 2 strings. Oh wait, we can't do it. That's not okay. I'm gonna actually create a helper variable where we're gonna save our name. That's gonna be maybe easier. Local name equals. So we cannot just, obviously we cannot just take these guys. If we take these guys, we're gonna get 3 numbers. And that's not what we want to do. But I'm gonna do it anyway, just so we're gonna get a number. So we can see something on the screen. We're gonna do the layout first, and then I'm gonna see how we can fill it with the proper name. TST, I guess, is gonna be TST. It's gonna be my name. I'm gonna print that name. And where exactly are we going to print this? Well, let's go like 40. Yeah, that seems fine. And then everything else is peachy. I need more than 40. Let's go 50. Seems fine. Maybe 45. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so how are we going to turn this TST into the actual name? Well, again, we had this hchars, and I'm going to go hchars, square brackets, because we are actually trying to address a certain index here, and then go like hs this guy. Oops, didn't want to do this. Okay, so just to iterate, because there's 2 square brackets in there. So we're gonna take the entry of from the array that contains the number of the character that is the first character, HS1, that's the array, and I is the slot in the high score list that we're talking about. We're gonna take that number and we're gonna plug it in as the index from this hchars lookup array string, where when it's gonna be 1, it's gonna be A, when it's gonna be 2, it's gonna be B, and so forth. And so that will give us the first character. But of course, the first character is not enough. We want 2 more characters. So I'm just gonna do it in the next line, so it's a little bit more readable. Equals name ... And then the same operation as here, just with HS2. And the same operation as here, just with HS3. And then we have all the A's that we set up there. Easy, right? Yeah, so maybe we should fill them with some kind of like some fun names. I don't know. I don't want to put them all with AAAs. So maybe we're gonna at the end of the development cycle, maybe I'm gonna set up some high scores in here for people to already play with a little bit. I mean, we could do some random things here, like we're gonna put some random numbers just to spice it up a little bit. So every time we're gonna have to do one random number. So like something like this. There's another number, there's a random number, there's a 12, and then there is going to be a 14, whatever. Let's try this. All right, we have to reset this as well, reset HS. Yeah, and then ha, al, ana, afa, I. As you can see, we can have different characters here as well. Good, it's working. So what else do we need? So yeah, let's start doing stuff now. What do I want to do? So one thing I might want to do is have a function where we can actually add a high score to the list. So what happens when you add the high score to the list? The problem that we're having here is when we add a high score to the list, you want to sort them by the high score, right? And this might be a bit of an issue here. So we are going to have to actually implement a sorting algorithm. Now, sorting algorithms for programming languages or for programmers, sorting algorithms are the jam. There's like programmers are really obsessed about sorting algorithms for some reason, because this is like a mathematical puzzle, you know, it's kind of like a challenge. How do I sort an array with random numbers? How do I sort it in the most quick and most efficient fashion? And if you look up sorting algorithms on the internet, you will find thousands of solutions, and they all have advantages and disadvantages. I hate it. I don't really care about this. It seems kind of like a weird obsession. I actually found a sorting algorithm on the Pico-8 forums, and I'm just going to use this. Sort HS. I'm going to call this sort high score. HS. I'm going to call it sort HS. So this is called insert sort, I think, and it's not the fastest algorithm by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to step you through how it works. They all have like some of them have really fancy ways of how they work. I think this is one of the simpler ones. We can try to figure out what it does if you want to. I think there's an end missing. What we basically, so A is the array here, and I think it iterates through this array, yeah, and then it looks for something that is smaller or bigger than what's actually currently having, and then exchanges the numbers between them. It's again, I'm not going to step it through this because I haven't written this, and I'm not going to debug it or anything. I just want to make sure that I understand generally where I plug my stuff in. And the moment where I plug my stuff in is here. So this is where we exchange the slots of two numbers, because it determined like these numbers should be in a different order. And so this is where we're going to plug in our HS. So instead of A, we're going to go HS, HS, HS. There is going to be a bug that results from this, but that comes in a second. And then here we're going to compare the HS's. HS's, and then to the number of HS's. This time we're gonna actually go through all of the HS, because we're gonna have like a very simple solution of how we're gonna add a high score to the high score list, which is gonna add it at the end. So it's gonna be the 6th entry in the high score list, and then we're gonna sort the high score list, and then but we're saving only the first 5 entries in our file. So if the new entry is actually not in a high score list, it won't get saved in a save file. Yeah, I think this is it. Right, so what I want to do now is I want to create a bad high score list, one that starts with 10 and ends with 1000. So the thousands is at the wrong spot. And I'm just going to mess it up all the way. I'm just going to put it 300 here and the 400 here. So it's all messed up. And I want our sorting algorithm to sort this out. But first, let us reset the HS. We made a mistake. There is an end file too much or too little, I don't know. Oh yeah, of course. It wasn't an end too much or too little, I just did the indentation wrong. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it's all messed up now. So now I'm gonna do the sort HS. It worked, it's just the other way around. It's the opposite. So it's kind of like it's in this ascending order. So I guess we're just gonna change this sign here, and that should fix the issue, right? That's right. Hey, it works. Hey. Okay, there's just one more problem here, and that is, so again, I want to reset this. You probably already know. So the top player should be ANA. He has or she has Anna. She has 1,000 points, right? But as you can see, Anna is still at the bottom here. We just swept around the numbers, but we didn't swap around the characters. So we just have to make sure that we also swap around the characters. Easy fix. We just have to apply this line. This is where we actually swapped, where we're swapping the entries in our high score list. We have to do this the same for entries in our character arrays. So, oh, wait. So I'm just putting in down the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the names of the characters are also going to be exchanged, or I guess not characters, but players are also switching places. So again, starting Anna is down at slot number 5. Sort this, and now she's up top. Cool. Good. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Right. So since we have the this thing going, I'm gonna do the sort HS. Here. Just to test it out, and every time I load something. Just to make sure that when we're loading something, things are already well sorted. And then we're going to create a new function that is going to add a new high score. Add a new high score. And then we go function add HS. Score C1, C2, C3. These are the 3 characters that we're having. And And then, you know, very easy, hs underscore score. Oops. Like this. Oh no, wait. Oh, this is wrong. H1. H3. And then character 1, oops. Character 2. Character 3. And then after we edit it, we sort it. And that should get us a character into, or like a high score entry into this. So let's see if this works. We're going to add a new character or a new high score. This is going to be 10,000. And it's going to be 4. It's going to be BBB. Let's call it BBB 222. Something is wrong. Okay, we somehow didn't add the character to the well. What was the problem here? Oh, there's an underscore missing. Still some problem. C1, C2, C3. Maybe I saved it. I might have saved it. So let's reset. Maybe I saved a nil value. I'm not sure if that's even possible. Nope, that's not a problem. Did I? High score, HS. Oh, HS. There we go. There's an S missing. All right, and there's BBB on top, and it's already sorted. So if you have like a BBB having 450, let's see if this works. It should get somewhere in between there. Yeah, and now there it is on place number 2 between H and A and A. Okay, so our high score list is functionally working. Now, okay, so our high score list is functionally working. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that, you know, all the UI and stuff is working like that. This episode's already getting a little bit long, but just to get me started, I'm gonna actually put a big old high score list on top, right? When we're printing it. So high score list seems like a good idea to put on the very top. Let's start at 10 and let's put it all the way up top. And color 7, I don't even care. Yeah, so let's go 6, even higher in the air. Maybe everything should go down. So let's go, everything goes down by 4 pixels. Yeah, that seems good. But now, of course, this is not good. Let's put it 20. Let's put it 40. Yeah, 35. Ha. 36. Let's go 36. Okay, so this is good. So now we're gonna have a high score list printout. Maybe, yeah, let's make it beautiful. Let's make it beautiful. Rect fill. So underscore x plus $30. Where do we start? At 7. So let's start at 6, I guess, and then I don't know where it ends. So let's see, like hundreds or whatever, and then 6. So where do we start? 14. So let's start at 13, and then some kind of color. What is a good color? Maybe red. Red would be nice. 8. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome. I would maybe start at 29 on the left side. Yeah. And then 99 on the other side. Yep, that seems more centered. And so let's go 7 here, and here I guess 8 was a very bad idea. Oh no, that's correct. Let's go 16 here. We're getting there. Let's go 8 here. Perfect. So our high score list is already working well. Maybe we're gonna add some depth, because right now it's very flat. Everything is just white. So maybe just the numbers we're gonna put them in a gray color. This 6. So let's do that. And the number of rank. There's gonna be 6. Yeah, maybe even 5. Yeah, that's now the actual values, they pop a little bit more. Okay, good. So this is it for this episode. On the next episode, we're gonna start applying the interface stuff. So I want to add like the switcheroo, where if you press left and right on a start screen, the high score list clicks in, or you can make it go away. And then if that's working, then we can start thinking of the interface to enter your high score if you manage to get into the high score. But yeah, that's it for now. See you next time around, guys. Bye bye.